What's up and welcome back to another video, guys. Today I'm going to be reviewing set 75142, the Homing Spider Droid. This set has 310 pieces and it released on January of 2016 for $29.99 USD. But now if you wanted to buy one of these new in box, it costs you about $120. So without further ado, let's get right on into this review. Now the four minifigures that we receive in this set are the Kashyyyk Trooper, Yoda, and two battle droids. All of these figures did appear in other sets, but we will take a closer look at all four of these. The first minifigure that I'd like to take a look at is the Elite Corps Clone Trooper, or the Kashyyyk Clone Trooper. Now he's not exclusive to this set, we did see him in a couple of others of this time, but I still think he is a great minifigure. I think that camo printing is really good. I think the arm coloring that goes on the legs as well is really nice. That printing covers the entire front area. Now I will say on the sides of the legs it is a little bit bare. It would have been nice to get that printing going around, but given the time that this came out, definitely not something that LEGO would do, something that they rarely do today as well. But overall I think the coloring on this guy is really nice. There's some really good back printing on it as well. No back printing on the helmet, but once again, something that they do not do frequently, especially not back in 2016. But coming along to the front, I think this minifigure is very nice. I love the green color scheme, and overall, I think it's a perfect minifigure. The next minifigure in this set is Yoda, and this is once again a figure that appeared in other sets, but still a very nice one to get in this style. I think it's done very well. I think the green coloring is very good and very accurate, as well as the robes are very accurate as well, with those short legs as well. Moving along to the back, you have that gray hair printed on the back, which looks really good, and I'm happy that they included it. And then you have some basic but very good back printing on the back of this figure as well, with the hood and the rest of the robes. Overall, it is a very solid figure. And the last two minifigures included in this set are two battle droids, your standard variation that we've been getting for, I don't know, the last 20 years, but still looking pretty good. They get the job done. It would be nice to get some updated versions soon, but there's not really much that LEGO can update without making some drastic changes. Overall, that does it for the minifigures, and now we can move on to this build. Now there are two main parts of this build, the main thing being the Homing Spider Droid, and then also having the little baby Dwarf Spider Droid right here as well. And we're going to start off with the Dwarf Spider Droid. Now we did see this exact variation appear in some other sets, but overall I think the build is pretty solid. You have your four legs that are very posable and very nice. You know, you can make them go all the way around and pose each and every different part, and it allows to get some nice versatility when you are using this to either play with or if you want to use it in mocks or something. Coming along to the head area, it's just that normal kind of ball joint connection with the little saber piece on top to mimic the antenna. And then for the eyes, you have the little telephone piece looking thing with the red studs, and they kind of move around. It's not like they're supposed to, but I mean, if you wanted to, you could. And then the main discrepancy on this is the stud shooter on the front. There's a lot of people that don't like the stud shooters, but overall, I mean, I think it doesn't actually look terrible on this. I've seen them definitely look a bit worse, but overall, I think it comes together pretty good. And you know, the stud shooter just works like a stud shooter. Shoot it just like that, and it shoots out. I think it's a fun play feature, and overall I think the build of this is pretty good. But we'll move on to the Homing Spider Droid, as that is the main focus of this set. Now as the main part of this set, you have the actual Homing Spider Droid itself, and overall I think it's actually a very good build. You can see it here in scale to a minifig. It's actually quite large. Here's your Kashyyyk Trooper right there. So I think it is in pretty good scale, which I do really like, and there's some fun features, but we'll take a look at the overall just build itself. It's put together. There's a fair amount of Technic on this, but not enough to the point where it was an issue. It's very easy and simple Technic, not some of the harder stuff that does make it, you know, less fun to build. But overall, I think the use of Technic here was done very well, and it was not challenging to put together. For the legs, all put together exactly the same, but you can move them, walk them around. You have these little stilts right here, and you can bring them, pose them how you want, which is really nice. You can also bring them up and down, but they're supposed to be in this kind of position right here, so it gets it as tall as it can be. And I think it looks really good. Then moving on to the center part, you have the actual sphere, the incher part, and you have your little eyes, I guess, that you can move around all around, connected by Technic, which is really nice. You have a little thing to hold on to right here as you do move it around, and it does go 360 degrees, as well as the bottom does not move, though. That is one kind of issue that I have, is that the bottom does not move, nor does the gun on the bottom move at all. You can kind of, I guess, force it up and down a little bit, but I mean, it goes up and down swinging, but it can't go side to side. I would have loved to have seen it go side to side. And that also brings us to the other kind of shortcoming with this set, in my opinion, is the massive stud shooting Gatling gun on the bottom. Yes, it's a very cool play feature. However, I do think that it looks kind of ugly in the sense of a display set or something like that. But overall, you know, I think you know how these work, but basically it's just a little Technic pin, and you just twist it and it just shoots all of them just like that, and now they're all over, so I have to pick those up. But I think, yes, it's a very fun play feature. I just think it does take away from the overall displayability of this set, which I guess isn't a big deal because you can always take it off and mod it a little bit. But overall, I think the homing spider droid was done very well. You have some pretty good detailing on the top as well, with the little antenna with the little thing coming out, and then you have nice little tubes going all around on the bottom as well as some nice detailing on the legs. Overall, I think this came together pretty nice. Now, as for my closing thoughts for this set, I think it's a very solid set and a very good build, especially for the $29.99 that it retailed for. I think you got a very, very good value here with 4 minifigs and 2 very solid builds. However, nowadays you're not able to purchase this for $30. It's about 110, 120 new sealed in box, and you can get a used one with or without figs, ranging, depending on where you buy it from, anywhere from like 30 to, I've seen up to 80. But I think it is a very nice set if you're able to get it as a good deal. However, I think for that $120 it does go for sealed, it probably wouldn't be worth it unless it's one that you're really, really looking to get your hands on. It just definitely doesn't hold up as well as some of the other builds that we get today. And it's definitely one that I would love to see LEGO remake, especially with the anniversary of Revenge of the Sith coming, this being like a chic themed set. I think it definitely is a possibility for LEGO to remake this in this next year. And I think it'd be one that we would all pretty much love to see. I mean, unless you have some big issues against getting a new homing spider droid. I think it's a really nice set, and I think a new adaptation is well overdue, especially for any of the larger droid sets that we don't really seem to get anymore nowadays. But overall, a very solid set, some very solid builds, and also some very solid minifigures. Let me know what you guys thought about this set. Let me know if you guys ever owned this set or are looking to pick this set up at some point in the future. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay safe. Drew, signing out.